Hey, I'm Dale with Open Road Outfitters. Just putting a few finishing touches here on this camper I built. I just had it out in the field test and making a few adjustments and a few fixes. And I thought you might like to see it. I built this to go behind my R1250 GS, and it turned out really well. So if you are thinking about building your own motorcycle camper, I thought maybe you'd get some ideas from this. I like the campers that are made by established companies. There are some that have been in business for decades, and in fact, I sell their campers. But those are typically designed for two people, and they're a little bigger than what I wanted. And I just like building stuff. So I had a few ideas I wanted to try out, and this is what I came up with. I call it the Kampereen. Now, weight really was one of my first considerations in this design. The GS is a light bike. It's only around 600 pounds wet. And so I wanted something in a camper that would be somewhere around 250 pounds or less. As it turns out, the final empty weight of the Kampereen was 210 pounds. So I'm really happy with that. One of the ways I saved weight was by getting rid of those spring-loaded jack stands that I hate so much, and I replaced them with this sliding leg design. I'm still working on it, but I've had this out for several campouts, and they work really well. I spent a lot of time on the setup experience because a fast, easy setup is something that I really wanted. And not just for setting up, but maybe even more so for the morning when it's time to break camp, because I just hate packing up. I don't know why. I went with a side-loading design using the left side of the cargo box as the entry. The top flips open, then the side flips down. And then you can step in and set up the tent. Now at this point, as I'm setting up the interior poles, I'm completely out of the weather, so even if I did happen to be setting up when it was raining, I wouldn't be getting wet. I wanted a sleeping area that would be comfortable enough for a solo camper, and I used the 48-inch width of the plywood as the width of the bed. That reduced the amount of plywood that I needed to use and the number of cuts. So the finished area of this bed is about 46 inches wide. And then once I flip down the rest of the bed, it is 78 inches long. I can also create some more room. As you saw earlier, I had that bed folded up just by flipping it up that way. And then this gives me a room here to be able to put a chair. Now, granted, it's not a huge amount of room, but there's plenty of room for a chair here. And then I can use this as a table. And it's perfect for if I want to come in, in the late evening and just sit and read for a while. Or in the morning, if I want to have a cup of coffee and I want to stay out of the morning chill. One of the reasons it's important to take these things out and do field testing is because in a previous video, I sat here in the middle of this thing. I'd made a change to the bed, and the result was pretty funny. Oh. Why did you do that? But now, as you can see, I have fixed that. No crashing. Now finally, the last feature was I wanted to be able to get to my cargo easily, and I didn't want to have to unpack everything to be able to use it. I just wanted to be able to get it out as I needed it and basically leave my packing boxes in place if I can. If I want to, if I need to, I can also flip up the bed completely and get that out of the way, and I have full access to everything. Like I said, I hate packing up in the morning, so it was important for me that this thing pack up about as quickly as it unpacks. I shortened this sequence to about 20 seconds. In the field, it was around 2.5 minutes to completely pack up. Well, that's the quick tour to Kampereen. If you're thinking about building a camper, I hope that gave you some ideas. In some future videos, I'll go into some of the details of how I did some things here. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get more videos about motorcycle trailering and camping. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment field below, or you can email me, Dale at Open Road Outfitters. And if you have a camper that you've built, I would love to see it. So please email me some pictures. Hey, thanks for joining me. Until next time, this is Dale with Open Road Outfitters, wishing you many happy journeys. Oh! Okay. Why did you do that?